Hilarious.
It reminds me of Britney Spears. Hello, Hangover fans. We're back with another episode. Welcome to your, bi-weekly laughs, your celebrity drama and all that pop culture floating into your ears and then on your screens. So into your eyeballs too, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Hello.
It's been a day.
It's been a day.
It's been a day.
What's happening in life, peeps?
I've been moving up and down the East Coast. I've been on trips.
I saw that
I've been
on your
free.
IG, sir.
I've been free on my IG. I've been moving around.
I love it.
And it's been very fun. I've been visiting friends. I was going out in ways I did not think I could still go out, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Yay, you!
I'm proud of you.
Yay, look at me. And it was a good time. Not to go into too many personal details.
I had a time.
A time was had. A time was had. I'm proud of you.
A time was had.
Where did you go?
A time was had. I went to New York City, and then I went to DC 2 separate weekends, like apart from each other.
Who are you?
And it was fun. Adventurous.
I love
that for you.
I love New York.
New York was so much fun. It was great. I went to this like rooftop bar club thing. Crazy.
Ooh,
and I haven't been to the city, like New York City, right? And I haven't been to like a big city like New York City since I was like 3rd grade or whatever for a field trip to Ellis Island.
Really?
So I was up on it. Yeah, I haven't been there in a minute. So
What
I was
borough
up on it. I was having a great time.
did you go to?
I think we were I'm not sure what borough. I'm trying to think. It was like I don't want to say like it was Manhattan,
Like
but
Soho? Midtown?
Matt, do you like New
I
York?
don't know. I liked it. I mean, it's really similar to Philly, kind of like just like
In a
look
way.
wise, and then like in a way. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of used to this.
You're like, I
so
can fuck with it.
It was a vibe. I did really like it though. Yeah, it's like
I
Philly,
love
but
New
like
York.
a lot edgier and
You know,
scarier. It was great.
I've never been. I've never
have
been
to
to
go.
New York in my life.
Really,
No,
you have
to go.
Yeah, I've never been. Everybody
great.
that knows me, like Chauncey included, is like, Heather, I feel like you would really like New York.
No, New York is like, I was walking at like 2-3 in the morning with like friends, and it was like, I know like it's dangerous to walk that late, but like everyone's still out. So
everybody's doing shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just like I loved it. Like I went there a lot of times, like back to back in 1 year for work stuff. But I went to New York 4 times in 1 year. That was great.
Ooh, I remember that.
Yeah, and I went with my family one time. It was like
you couldn't
great.
get enough.
I was there for work, but it was like honestly the best like place. Like and people, like I was talking to a friend yesterday. We're talking about like traveling in California. I was like, it'll take me like almost 2 hours to get to LA from my house, but in New York, I can get to like Midtown to like Soho within like 10 minutes. Like California is just
because it's
so
like
big,
so large.
yeah. But New York is like so like smaller, so it's nice. But yeah, I love New York, so we have to go.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just make it a freaking. It can be a work trip.
Yeah, so we're
Matt, do you want to meet us in New York?
You're close.
Yeah, well, I'll pull up. Hello, hello, America.
Hey.
Chauncey,
We'll be like
we're
Sex.
going- Go ahead.
We'll be like the Sex and the City girls. We'll be like the Sex and the City girls. Who's Carrie?
I'm not Carrie.
Who's Miranda? You're not Carrie. You don't want to be Carrie.
I don't want.
I forget their names. It's Carrie, Miranda. No, Carrie and Miranda.
Samantha.
Samantha. Charlotte.
Samantha and Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who.
Yeah,
I'll be.
and
No, I don't know. which
Samantha
one.
isn't in it anymore. So
No, we'll do the old school
We'll
We'll
do
do the old
Samantha.
school ones because those are
yeah,
so much
yeah,
better.
Yes.
yeah,
So much
yeah.
better. Let me think. This week I've been a student. I've been studying
I'm
for
so
my
proud
final.
of you. Like,
Thank
how,
you.
okay, so
Yeah, you've been moving.
Real talk. Is it hard going backward? Like not backwards, but like back to school?
Yeah, so people don't know. I'm getting my second master's in license and marriage and family therapist.
Miss Education over here.
I'm
all the
trying.
degrees.
I'm trying, but
Mhm.
I just had my last final, like my final from like my first class, and honestly, like the way I've been studying, like I don't know how I did this so many years ago.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. I'm proud. I'm proud that it's over.
Bravery.
So yeah,
I hope you're proud that it's over too.
I'm proud that it's over. I can have I can like
There you
actually
go.
look alive again. But it's been good. That's my
Mhm.
thing. How was your weekend, Heather?
craziness. We for those who don't know, like Chauncey, Matt, and I, like this is a part-time gig that we do over here at So She's Lace and The Hangover. So our full-time other stuff, I also do marketing, and so I'm in I do marketing for a opera group, Pacific Opera Project out here in Los Angeles. And we did a lot because the Chamelet, Chevron, whatever, Timothy, we capitalized off of all of the momentum in which he brought the opera community. So we've been doing the damn thing. We sold quite a few tickets. But yeah, so we had our opening of Turandot, which is a very Puccini style. It's by Puccini. But anyways, I talk like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I do not. Like, I do not know what I'm talking about as far as all things opera. I am learning, but I do know the arts. I do know musical theater, and I do know marketing. So I know how to fucking do the shit. So that was that. Definitely, it was opening weekend, and it was a little chaotic. But yeah.
But you did it.
The opening weekend is.
Did it.
But you did it.
Our next show is Zorro, and that's going to be our LA premiere of Zorro. So we're gonna see how this goes. I know it'll be so fun. But yeah, speaking of the chaos here that happened in LA, the Oscars definitely shut down a shit ton of Hollywood. Like,
yes, I can imagine.
There were so many people fucking pissed off by all of the street closures that were happening.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh my god, it was. I saw it on social.
How many street closures do you need though? It's on one. It's like it's in a building. It's like just get a parking.
It's in a mall. Okay,
it's in a mall. Right?
It's in a mall.
It's a mall. They just freaking drape it in some real nice fabric.
Right? Okay. That's what I thought.
Going, get some. Yeah, it's a mall. It looks real pretty on screen. But it's a mall. Like, I parked there to go to the TCL theater to go watch movies.
Okay. So that's what I saw. But I was like, is that true?
It's a mall. It's a mall.
That's shocking.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The decorators, the designers, high fives, do a phenomenal job at making it look fantastic and high end.
On TV.
It looks beautiful on TV. And then, you go there. I'm sure if I went to Hollywood today, they'd still be dismantling all of the freaking, the freaking framing and all that metal framing in which all this stuff was hung on and whatever. But yeah, so there I saw a few reels on my TikTok and IG that were like, fuck these Oscars. They towed like a whole street of cars.
Oh, I believe it. But the thing is, like, it happens every year.
They're serious.
It does. But part of it was like, you parked here knowing that there was like a no parking sign. So
it happens every year. Like, it's not like, leap year.
That's what I said too. And I was like, look, you know what you signed up for when you lived there, okay? Like, look, you know what you signed up for. So I didn't really feel that bad. But what did we think of the Oscars this year, ladies and gents?
I don't want to sound like a witch again. that was good. But I'm going to sound like a witch when I say this, but I correctly predicted like best picture, best director, best screenplays, and best actor. And I was like, oh, I'm a witch. Like, it was just nice to be like, again, another one. Like, I was winning. I felt like I was winning like candy or something. I did great. I was having a great time. It was so good. I love Amy Madigan. I'm sorry, America, to say this.
Yes,
she was great in Weapons. I will always fight.
So good.
Yeah, like, I will always fight for a horror movie at the Oscars because they never get anything. They literally snubbed Toni Collette for Hereditary and Lupita Nyong'o for Us, which was equally as insane.
I love that movie, Us. That was so creepy.
That movie, Us, is so good. And they gave her nothing. So when it finally wins something, I'm just like, yay! Like, I feel like every actress that was in best Best Actress won something, so I wasn't really like, oh, I hope she wins it, because if she doesn't win it, she'll win nothing. But
no, everyone won in
like,
that category.
yeah,
Best Supporting Actress.
yeah, everyone won except for Kate Hudson, but I'm kind of okay with that. So it's
her best movie was Almost Famous, which was one of my How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like, she has great movies, but I just love Ed Harris's face when his wife won Amy's. Like, I told you you're gonna win. Like, I told you. Like, that's the best meme ever. He's like, girl, I already told you you're gonna win this award. It was the cutest speech, but the Oscars, it was. Matt and I had a time. We were talking the whole time.
We had a great time.
For those who missed it, who missed your epic threads battle of like what's happening, can we get some highlights? Because in case you missed it, y'all, like, those two hopped on threads on So She Slays and on the Hangover Threads account, and we're going at it with all of the Oscar stuff. So can I get some highlights of what happened?
Honestly, like, I believe, like, so for instance, like, I really don't try to watch the Oscars full through because I just don't have time for the anxiety with it. And I just don't have time for that. But this time, I just don't. So this time I was like, okay, let's just do it. Me and Matt are going to do this. We got to see some like great stuff. Like the Sinner's performance could definitely be on Broadway.
Oh, that was great.
Like that was
my God.
Oh my God, Misty Copeland.
Oh, and people think she just did it because of Timothy, whatever, Chalamet. But like, honestly, the Firebird character is about her.
Yeah.
It was based on her. So, and
I think it was a bonus. I think Timothy was a bonus.
Extra bonus. Bonus.
A little extra sizzle.
A little
None
sizzle
for Marty
sass.
Supreme. Yeah, nothing for him.
No, for real. Honestly, the part that I actually did tear up on, and I did have a tear. I was tearing up. Like, I like had anxiety the whole time, was Best Actor.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You didn't know. For a second, you don't know. Like, the Academy could always screw. I thought the other guy from Wagner from Secret Agent, I was like, oh my God, he could probably fucking win this. He won the Golden Globe. Like, you just don't know.
I would be so upset.
You never know.
Like, you just don't know. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio, always a winner. Okay, he never gets it sometimes, but when he does, he does. Michael B. Jordan, you could tell, like, his face, like, realized, oh, I actually won this, was the best reaction. That split second they show him, and he goes, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to, ready for it. And she's like, oh, I actually won. And then everyone's like, I call it hoot and hollering.
That standing ovation he got.
As they should.
As deserved.
Yes.
I legit had tears in my eyes. I was like, this is the guy watching all my children growing up. Yes, I watched all my children with my grandma and my aunt and my mom.
It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
And that's okay. We support you.
And I was like, Hardball. Like, it was just beautiful to see. And like, he was just like so like genuine and just humble. And then you see, like, with the way Adrian Brody looked at him, I went, it has to be him. Bless you. And then like, Jesse telling his co-star from Friday Night Lights were like, they saw each other. That was beautiful. I was like, yes.
Yo.
And Jesse is gonna be next because I saw the movie that he should have been nominated for. Amazing. He's a great actor. So honestly,
Jesse Plemons. Wait, Begonia.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Oh, I loved Begonia. Oh,
that was
I loved
a great
Begonia.
movie.
Jesse Plemons was actually robbed.
Yeah, he should have got a nomination.
So hard for a nomination.
No, he should have. Like, it was amazing.
Were we watching the same thing? Like, why is Ethan Hawke here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
It's just, it was very interesting. But when I watched the Academy Awards, I saw the seating arrangement, and then Michael B. Jordan is next to Emma Stone, who won, 2 Academy Awards.
Yeah.
And then Jesse Bullock, who won from Hammett, it's on the other side like this. It all kind of lines up how you sit. You kind of lines up.
It kind of knew.
And people, and honestly, like, I haven't seen Marty Supreme. I haven't, but I know Timothy's a great actor. He is a great actor. Very great. But he's like Timothy's a great actor, but and I haven't seen Marty Supreme. He probably was amazing because he's a great actor, but
Marty Supreme
was excellent in his category.
Michael B. Jordan was better. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see
Marty Supreme. It was good. I really liked it. I just think, but it's less of like, because I feel like every time I open that app, I see like someone else from the cast getting like shit on. I've seen like Timothy Chalamet get shit on, like getting canceled. I've seen Odessa Zion, which they are like whacking on the internet for. How I feel about this kind of, but and then who is it? Tyler the Creator. He's always in some shit. I always see Tyler the Creator getting canceled.
Chaos
because when you read his and it's like when I read like, oh, he's getting canceled, I'm like, huh, for what? And then I'm reading like some of the stuff that he said, and I'm like, oh,
it's a chaos.
You're like, okay. You
like,
can't. I don't know if you could say that.
No,
like, I don't know. Like that was. You're not supposed to say that.
No, like honestly, Timothy, like he'll get another nomination. I don't know when.
He'll get another.
He'll get another one. Like he's a great actor. Like you got to wait your time. Like
it just wasn't his time.
And then I don't like when people are like, "Oh, blame the Kardashian curse." I'm not going to blame a woman for this.
No,
I'm not going to blame a woman for this.
To do with them, not
and it's a curse. It's a curse, but I'm not going to blame a woman for his faults. Like he was a great role, but Michael B. Jordan was better in his role. Like he played 3 different characters, and honestly, best supporting actor Sean Penn. We knew he was going to come. Okay, it should have went to Delroy. He was amazing.
I will say Sean Penn was real good in that movie, though.
Yeah, he's playing a racist white man who has a fetish for black people. Riddle me shock.
It was definitely a freaking. I mean, like he was really his character was wild.
Riddle me shock. He played a white supremacist obsessed with black women. Riddle me shock.
You're like,
okay, but Sean Penn's a great actor. The best movie I've ever seen was Mr. River. I love that movie.
Yeah, he was so good. Like it's just like everyone's so good, but I do think it should have went to Delroy Lindo. I don't know.
Yeah,
guys.
He should have won.
Like he should have won.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, if Michael B. Jordan didn't win, Delroy's gonna lose his shit. I could tell in his eyes. I could tell a father figure, but also
he was gonna kill somebody. He was gonna kill Timothy.
Ryan Coogler, Bay Area's own. When he said, "I'm from California, I'm from the Bay, I'm from Richmond," like this. Thank you so much.
The Bay went big this year.
Bay's winning. The Bay's
cinematography.
Winning.
Autumn. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Bay Area too.
Bay Area, first woman to ever win Best Cinematography and first Asian woman on top of that.
And she's Filipino and black.
Creole,
actually.
Crazy.
And so part of me, like in, slipping in my tidbits here, I think it's this is the first time I have ever seen this many Asian faces on the Oscars.
K-pop demons
ever
killed it.
K-pop demon hunters killed it.
Oh, great.
Even during the performance of the Sinners, when they came in and
my girl was
they had their own freaking Asian people were representing across the board in I think the Oscars, and I think that's the first time I have ever.
It was beautiful.
That many Asian faces on the Oscars.
It was legit beautiful. Like the Sinners they really redid the whole scene.
They redid that whole scene.
With like the different generations.
Phenomenal and like such a feat in itself. Like not only is that a feat in itself in the actual movie, but oh my gosh, I'm like, this is a musical.
Yes. Like it was
you could literally put this on Broadway. It should go on Broadway. It could. I feel like it's like there. Thinking about it, you could do that on a stage. Yeah, like it's viable.
The ballet,
facts everywhere. I mean, like, combine it
all of it. But honestly, the Oscars, I can honestly tell you, I was proud to watch as someone from the Bay Area, someone who's a woman of color. It was just beautiful. Jessie Buckley, like we knew she gonna win. That she killed that role. I watched Hammett this past weekend. Amazing role. Like she did great. Everyone who was nominated did amazing. Conan O'Brien, like he did a great job. He did a special shout out to Marty Short at the end, which was really beautiful because Martin Short's daughter passed away, so that was really beautiful what he said. The tributes, Rob Reiner. Did I cry when I saw Stand By Me up there? Yes, I did. I love that movie.
Was it you? Okay, so did you feel like the tributes were like extra long this year?
They had real powerful people who died. Like they had
and people went down.
This was long,
and they forgot people. They forgot James Derrick, Eric Dane, but like the Diane Keaton, Rachel McAdams. Like they found Rachel McAdams to come out for this.
Look,
they found Barbara.
Like it was bad.
They found Barbara
They found Barbara.
We just
was her mic low or too high? It wasn't worth the beat. They were overpowering her. Something was off.
Should they have found Barbara?
Where was Jane Fonda?
Should they have found
Jane Fonda said
Fonda?
She said that she did 4 movies with that man. 4 movies with Robert Redford. 4. And Barbara did 1. That's all you need to know. But
here comes Barbara.
Here comes Barbara. But Rob Redner's tribute with everyone, like Meg, like all his movies, it was beautiful. I just, Billy Crystal. I was like, who found Billy? Who found Meg Ryan? They found the legends.
Yeah.
Look, we're getting this is sad news, but like we're getting to the point where all of these legends are kind of getting up there. And
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
And it's just like
Catherine O'Hara's. That was a rare case.
That
was
not supposed to happen the way that went down.
No.
I've already told you.
No.
It was like Heather, you said, it was a little long. It was a little
long. It was a little long.
Because it's so sad that people are dying.
It's so sad. I said, damn. Yeah. Everybody really just exiting stage left right now. Like, shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, all you need to know, the Oscars, I saw my boy win. Michael B. Jordan. I said, ooh, Zaddy won. Zaddy won. I had tears in my eyes, though. And I was trying to hold on. I was like, I called my mom. My mom
the neighbors just hearing that faintly, just like, oh, Zaddy won.
Zaddy won. Like... Zaddy won. I was like, look at him. Look like a hoe snack. I said, look at him. I was so excited. I said, that's a thespian. Okay. This is a thespian right here. Yeah. But, honestly, I'm glad this shit's over. Because I can't do this shit no more. I can't do more anxiety.
That's a lot. It's a lot. It's very anxiety-inducing.
I'm so happy that we can finally close the book on this award season.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
It's a love hate.
Girls,
it's a love
wrap
hate.
it up. It was a mess this season.
But the after party, the looks though, the looks look great. The girls were giving.
The looks are great.
Peter Rivalry.
It was amazing.
They were giving the looks.
The variety after party. Everybody.
Did you guys
phenomenal.
see? Yeah, but did you guys see that Variety released a whole not expose, but they dragged that podcast host Jake Shane for being a horrible interviewee for Vanity Fair.
Didn't he hire?
Wait, I think Variety's different. No, Variety's different than Vanity Fair. Variety wrote the article. Vanity Fair hired
Vanity. Okay, so wait.
I thought that too. I got that too. I was
trash anyway because they talk shit about Sinners and everything else. Like Mark is so great, and Sinners is not going to make the money they're going to make. Ha ha ha, bitch! Like even Ben Stiller was all like, "This is bullshit." Okay, and the original nepotism baby himself. So this is bullshit about Variety. So Vanity Fair, what happened? I saw my girl Quinn in there doing her thing.
Yeah, she looked great. But Jake Shane, but he was asking, he was talking to Julia Fox, and he was talking about if I had legs, I'd kick you. And he goes, "Oh my God, but don't you just think that baby was so annoying throughout that whole movie?" And Julia Fox, she didn't run him down. She kind of very lightly explained to him what the movie was about. And she was like,
did you not watch it?
Yeah, well, it's about, no, I was like, did you not watch? I watched it. I was like,
clearly did not.
I knew what it was about. I understand why the kid is constantly like, mom. It makes sense in the movie.
If you watch the movie, you know why.
The themes. Yeah. Also, watch If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It's amazing.
Oh, it's a beautiful movie. Great movie. I watched it on HBO.
Oh, it's amazing. I love that movie. It's
you know what? What happened to real journalism?
That literally was my next comment. I said, what happened to the entertainment journalism department of everybody? Because when you invite the influencers are influencers. They don't fucking always do the research.
You have to research. You have to watch the movies. It's do you, Heather, tell me if I'm wrong, but I read this article recently that it said that people who vote for the award for the Academy are never required to watch the movies.
Yeah, that's a new requirement.
I saw that. I was like,
I said, you ain't watching these movies before. Shut the fuck up. You ain't watching these movies before you vote. You're just voting off vibes.
New requirement.
You're voting off vibes only.
They're like, oh, that looks good. Oh, my friend did that. Oh, that looks okay. We're gonna go with that.
Football. It's like me doing fantasy football. I'm just going off the looks. Oh, he good looking. That's a good looking man. Team.
Yeah.
I did my fantasy football.
You're going off of vibes only, Chauncey. Vibes only. For all the other years in which we have watched the Academy. Yes.
So a lot of movies should have won if they would have watched it.
A lot of
What do you think? Some people are like, it's just a popularity contest.
That's funny. So basically, influencers need to
be required to watch the fucking movies.
If you're gonna talk about anything, like for us in this podcast, like we'll tell each other, watch this before we shoot, so we know that we're talking about. I think if you're gonna talk on a main stage like that, you should know what you're talking about.
Facts.
Yeah.
If you're given a platform like that, in which it is a large platform, don't be stupid.
Wait, did you see Christian say, how'd you get this job?
That was the next thing I was doing. I said, the type of shade.
But that shit was funny as hell.
I was like, whoop.
Part of me's like this. Is she asking because she trying to get her kids in here, like her grandkids in here? Or she's like this, for real, how you get this job? Was she concerned?
How'd you get this job?
That was her manager side being like,
how you get this job?
Hired you.
And I'm sorry, that shit was funny as hell. Like either she's trying to get her grandkids a job here, or she really concerned.
I was like, who the fuck are you?
Either or.
Why would somebody give you a mic?
I giggled. I said, she looked like me dead in the eye. I said, how you get this job? I was like,
you know what?
How did you get here?
I can appreciate that level of shade though, because like that's not something Heather would not do. I feel
that's all you.
Oh, yeah. That is that. I would have been like, how'd you get this gig?
Riddle me shock. But honestly, the Oscars, glad it's over.
Yes.
But I do have some trending topics for you guys.
You need to hit me with the trending topics.
Yes.
Okay, so you know I love reality trash, right?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Okay, I influence you guys on reality trash.
You do.
Okay, let's not forget everybody. Original listeners, I made Heather watch all Vanderpump Rules when the scandal ball happened.
She gave me the episodes and the seasons and said, you start here.
Yes.
And then you'll be able to understand. Did I do it? Yes. Did I have thoughts? Absolutely.
So so this is a show called Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Yes. Heard of it.
Okay. It was another show called Love Island, which we all watched last year.
Yes.
There's some domestic violence cases in both franchises right now.
Oh.
So who do you start with? You want to go Secret Life or Love is Blind? Which one do you want to start with?
Let's do Secret Lives.
Okay. So Taylor Frankie Paul, the original, the main character,
the main character
on Secret Life of Mormon Wives. She's the reason why we have this show, because of her swinging scandal years ago. And then, please dive. That's a whole different topic. So deep dive into that. So they have a show called it's like MomTok.
Okay.
In Utah. And, they go against the grain, what's going on in, the Mormon religion. And so Taylor Frankie Paul is obviously the reason why the show started, and she's a breakout star at the time.
Okay.
He is now going to be in The Bachelorette. Yes.
This is getting messy.
Yeah. ABC, that wonderful little interesting show.
Nightmare.
Yes. Thank you, Matt. They need what you call them, their flop era. So they need to get, little.
Yeah. They are in their flop. Look, ratings are dropping.
Yeah, it's because who's watched that show since 1995? I don't know. The 2000s. So they asked her to be part of it. Mind you, she got 3 kids. Okay, 2 baby daddies. She was married before. A typical American dream. And I can tell this right now, if she was not from Utah, we will call this ghetto. We will call this.
And so now we just refer to it as Mormon?
We refer to it as a different life take. Okay, a different
all lifestyles are different.
Yeah,
a choice
in ghetto, because I'm sorry now. Different choices. Look, how do you call it? A new feeling dynamic.
That is perfect.
A little
because
one too.
If one of us did it, we ghetto. We got 2 baby daddies on here. The first episode.
I mean, she's trying for a third if she on The Bachelorette.
She's on she'll be trying for her 4th, sweetheart. Fourth.
Oh.
So yeah, the first episode, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, she was how do I say this? Arrested for domestic violence.
For her,
so
she did it?
Allegedly, yes. My Wendy Williams had allegedly. So yes. And then this new season, The Bachelorette comes on TV Monday. Everyone's super excited to watch because, she's an interesting character. Like, I've watched her stuff. She's funny. Yeah. It's a good giggle. But it came out recently that her and her second baby daddy had a little what you call altercation, and CPS is now involved. and they both have to go for psych testing, and which means they were together. And the Bachelorette ended in January, so we already know the outcome. She did not pick anyone on that show, or she did, which allegedly to Naughty Steve, which is like the Bachelorette Nation like spoiler person, right? He knows he predicts all. He said she does pick someone, but a month later, she ends up ending it and getting Bosley back with her ex, which she has a case against right now. So yes,
she just broke so many contracts.
Yes, because obviously, yeah. So that's going on right now, and the show ends on Monday. It starts Monday. So
it starts. We already know the ending before it even. Wow.
She does get engaged though to a guy who looks like her second baby daddy.
Well, look at that.
And her man is Dakota he's a nasty piece of work. That's a nasty piece of work. You could tell that he is not living well.
Oh.
Okay. I ain't here to swap people with baby daddies and stuff, but they ain't living well.
He ain't doing it right.
That's the scandal with that. Now, another incident that a restraining order has been taking place is called, remember Huda from Love Island?
Yeah.
Yes.
Stop it.
Well.
Chauncey, stop it. I actually got into this.
Yes, I know. So,
what'd she do? What did she do?
So basically, what I've heard in the interwebs, in the words of Heather, the interwebs I like to use, basically she had her boyfriend Lewis, another reality like shapeshifter, I call him. I was going to different reality shows. His ex-girlfriend, the mother of his child, filed a restraining order against Huda because Huda was allegedly, harassing her. And there's messages that came out that Huda said that if Louis doesn't answer the phone, she's going to unalive herself and such forth. There's a whole article of text messages, and people like the restraint. Her fans were saying this is not real. I hate to say this, but in California, you can look up anybody's name and stuff. And someone did on the interwebs of the TikTok, the Clock app, and they brought the receipts. And honestly, as someone who is now in the psychology field, I would not be, categorizing anyone else's mental health, but it's giving BPD. It's giving borderline. And we all saw on the show how interesting she is when it comes to certain things. So were you shocked by this? No. But as women, we have to keep ourselves accountable.
So you can't support women's rights without knowing about women's wrongs.
Yes, I support women's rights and women's wrongs. So yes, between Taylor Frankie Paul and Huda, the reality girls are having a time on the TikTok app, the Instagram, the YouTube shorts, wherever you get your local news.
Across the board.
Either you're going.
The girls are fighting.
Love Island was a year ago. We still talking about these people. Unless it's Alandria.
I'm so sick of it.
Facts.
That's different.
Even them, they're just living their best life.
Yes, Alandria looks amazing. I saw her. I said, "What lotion is she using? Let me go buy that tonight." I'm not using the right body care lotion. I'm looking ashy. She's not. But Huda didn't need to see this. Taylor Frankie Paul, like I said, if it was one of us, we call ghetto.
I'm just saying though, God, there has to be so many talks with her agents and teams and the Bachelorette teams and all that kind of stuff, because I have friends who've been in the reality TV realm, and they go through psych evaluations.
Where is the psych evaluations at?
They go through the psych evaluations before they even start filming, before they even sign contracts that they're going to be on television.
They ain't doing it right no more.
And then on top of that too, it is adamant, it's part of their contract and them getting paid that they cannot spoil the end.
Spoiled.
And I was like, whoa.
Spoiled.
But yeah, Matt, what are your thoughts? I know you have thoughts, my little Gen Z bestie.
I just think, I'm gonna be honest, I've never really watched Love Island, but every time I hear about it, it's just something worse comes out about this Huda girl. I feel like a few months ago, it was all those tweets that came out, all those text messages where she was being racist as hell came out. On the show, she was messy. And then, again, a few months later, she got her comeuppance, as one would say, and then it all went to silence. And now she's back just harassing random people. We're tired
of it.
But I'm so she just can't You can't keep a good woman down. Hello, like it's like her boots were clearly made for walking, but I don't know if the boots are for her. You know what I mean?
You
like,
put the wrong boots on.
Put the wrong boots
you
on.
put the wrong boots on. Wrong boots. Wrong boots.
It's not giving. Like it. Like
no.
I just want everyone to get a psychoanalysis. That's all we need to do.
Yeah, psych evaluation for her. It also, like, did they have a psych evaluation for Love Island? And if so, did they just go through all like the really messed up ones?
They have psych people on this.
It's like, yes.
They have to, because the thing is like the network is liable. If they put someone in that position and then something happens, they're liable.
Yeah.
They will be sued.
Well, The Bachelorette airs on Monday on ABC.
Let's see.
So we'll see how it goes.
Don't down. Run.
Don't.
Yeah, like, oh gosh. Okay, but there is another show that you want us to start diving into, The Age of Attraction. And actually, you know what?
Ooh.
I feel like I can get on board with this one a little bit better than like The Bachelorette or Mormon Wives or Love Island, because I think it has such an interesting concept, especially with today's society
and dating. So blame my sister for this show.
Quincy, what the fuck?
Quincy did this to us. So I went to go see my baby, my niece, and my sister was like, you need to watch this show. Obviously, I don't got Netflix because the crackdown on passwords. Okay. Good. So I have to be a scammer and go to my sister's, her house to watch it.
It's okay. You just spending time with the family.
Yeah, it's family. It's bonding. Okay. So I watched the show Age of Attraction, and I watched a few episodes. It comes out like a bunch of them come out every week, whatever. I really don't know how it goes down, but it's people who, for instance, like say all three of us are on in British Columbia on a little to date each other, and we cannot ask each other how old we are.
And so we go off of everything else but the age.
Yes. You cannot say how old are you. You cannot disclose that information until you guys make a promise to date each other. And then when you guys make a promise in the room, like, oh, I'm going to date you, you're going to date me, you disclose your age and you go from there.
Okay, so thoughts on what you've seen so far?
Ooh. How do I say this? I'm going to know your age by the way you look. I hate to be rude, but I can know some people's ages. Like, I'm like, oh, that person looks like they're early 30s or 50s. And this one guy, my sister cannot stand. And you guys will know when you watch it. She's like this. He acts like he's a Mac Daddy. Okay, that's what she names him. Oh. And she's just he said, he's in his 60s, but he does look good for his age. But I knew he was in his late 50s, 60s. You could tell. His tattoos were giving. I got my tattoos in the 80s or the 90s. You could tell. And these, there's it's very interesting, the dynamic. You're like this, okay, so age should not be an issue, but I think someone asked someone, what do you think about the Spice Girls? And you're like, oh, who's that? I said, you should know about the age. You kind of know the ages.
You may not know the exact, but you can narrow it down to a range, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel what was it? Somebody told me once that age, what was it? They were saying when it comes to dating and ages, it's the rule of 7. If you go up by 7 or under by 7. And if it makes you feel some sort of way, obviously if you're 25 and dating someone 7 years younger, that's a bigger difference. But if you're 65 and dating somebody who's in their late 50s, then you're not so much, right? So
yeah,
it's kind of the rule of 7 in that factor is what I've heard. But I'm interested to see this because I've seen a couple of clips come across my feed, and there was a good looking dude who I thought was a lot older, just judging off of this clip because I haven't seen anything other than the clips. I thought he was a lot older, and the woman was a lot older than him, and he was a lot younger. He was in his mid-20s, and she was in her later 30s.
I knew what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, that is not what I thought that was.
There were there's a couple, and they end up, the thing is they end up promising each other to each other, and they end up dating in the real world and how society perceives them, which I haven't got to all the other parts of it yet. But part of me is just Okay. Like,
Oh, right.
How do you feel about this though? Like, does age actually matter? That translates into our wellness question.
So as someone who has personal stake in this, I was telling my mom this. I was like, I'm, in my late 30s now. And I told myself, like, I could never see myself dating anyone older than like 41. Just because I don't want. My mom told me this years ago, don't date someone old. My dad's older than her. And she said, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He's tired.
We love Howard, but
we love my dad. But she's like, look at him. They're tired, decrepit. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not going to marry someone who's like way older than me. I just couldn't personally. 41 is a good age because like you still know like we can still vibe off the same kind of music,
same
movies.
generation.
The same like no. Now younger than me, I'm not against it, obviously. So like obviously, so it's like that's all I'm gonna say about that.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Speak on it.
We're the same decade. They're millennial, so it's okay. If they're millennial, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
They're the Gen Z. That's a problem. But like a millennial, like I could do that. But that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Matt, what about you?
I feel I can't date younger than me because I feel like I can't even think about dating anybody like even like a year or two younger than me. I just can't do it.
You're like it's drastic.
I just like I don't know, like I'm out of school and I can't be dating someone who's like, oh, I can't go out, I have to bring my ID. Like again, I'm only 23 and I don't want to like you know what I mean though? It's like
it still matters.
No, it happened to me
it's just like
it matters.
Like that's scary. Like were you the old one or the young one?
Okay. So when I was in college, went on a date with a guy. I was 21 and he was 20, which is not a big difference, right? But I remember we were at a movie theater or whatever, and then I ran into my roommate. This is in a whole different, like I was in my like hometown and like my roommate from college. She was like, it was in the same, it's like it was weird. Like we all been in the same place. And I ran into her and she's like, oh, we're gonna go to a bar. Do you want to come? And I was like, oh, he can't come. And she's like, he's 20, but like it's 20, he's like 21. I'm 21. And then usually the guys I usually date are always like a little bit like older than me or are a little bit older than like 5 or 6 years. So I make fun of them, call him like old man. But then karma has kicked my ass over the years. Yes, and
karma has got you time and time.
Oh, karma knows my name. So like I can't call people old anymore. So yeah. But yeah, when you date someone who can't go out with you, it is
like I
weird.
can't do it. And when I'm 23, like when I'm already 23, it's like, well, I could go out. Like so I'm gonna go, and it's just like I don't know. And also like in terms of older for me, so my sister is 6 years older than me, my brother's 8 years older than me. I can't go past 6 years because then it's like then you're like older than my sister, and that's like
kind of weird.
That's weird to me. That's kind of weird to me. Like I'll do I'll at least for right now, like I'll do 28.
Perfect.
That's kind of like that's it. That's the cutoff for me.
But you know what? That's a lot of room. That's 5 years. That's a lot of room.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of room.
And you have to have something you have something in common with. Like my sister and her husband, they're 6 years apart because her husband and I are the same age. Mm-hmm. So like, and she knows a lot of stuff because she had me as a sister. So of course, like the same, like generation and stuff. I just can't. Yeah. I remember I liked this guy. Oh God, I know Heather remembers this guy too. God, rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace. That's a whole different story.
She didn't do it. She didn't do it. She didn't do it.
I wasn't part of that. I wasn't part of that. This is years after me. Okay, years after me. We were in the car. Years after me, we were in the car, and this song came on by Fat Joe and Ashanti. What's Love? And I was like, turn it up. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Who is this?" Mind you, he's only a couple years older than me. And I was like, This came out when I was in middle school. You were in high school. Like I was in 8th grade. You were in 9th grade.
Like
and
everywhere.
It's like this one guy.
I would have jumped out of that car on the freeway.
I really
I don't
wanted
give a fuck. I
to.
jump
Like,
out.
music's very important to me. Like, this one guy told me one time,
Me
I was like,
too.
oh, like Gwen Stefani, like back in the day, not now, old Gwen Stefani,
Yeah.
like old one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah,
TikTok.
yes, that. And I was like, oh yeah, and they were
Yeah.
like, oh, like where? I was like, oh, I loved her old music from No Doubt. He's like, who's No Doubt? And let's just say my
that was
heart
another
broken.
slash.
Let's just say none of those went anywhere.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Because how do you not know like the hits? Like, I know I'm judgmental when it comes to that, but yeah, I can't imagine dating someone who's like decrepitly old or decrepitly like don't have like some type of.
It's hard when you just don't have anything in common.
Yeah.
Heather said so proud. I was like, no. But Heather, what are your thoughts?
This is coming from someone who's dated a gambit of ages. The oldest I've gone is 10 years. 10 years older than me.
Deep.
It was okay. I mean, we just dated. It wasn't anything like huge by any means, but like it was hard because it was like very like my sister and I are close and she's 12 years older than me. And so that I use Matt's rule. I'm like, you can't be like my sister's age or older. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was like 10 years, okay, maybe. And so that was cool. And there was a lot of things we had in common. But then there was a fuck ton that we didn't. So that didn't work out. Younger, I've always dated older. Now is the first time I've ever dated younger.
But how was the age difference again? How many years?
He's only 2 years younger than me.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Like,
that's not bad. That's not that bad.
As someone who has dabbled in child bride activities.
Not actual child brides.
No, like this is a nickname.
Okay.
It's a nickname. It's a nickname, but like not child bride. Actually, just someone who's younger.
Someone who's younger. There we go.
It's always funny. Like, you're just like, oh, this person doesn't know that. It's like, I speak from my mom, my dad. Like, you know, like the Forrest Gump restaurant, Bubble Gumps.
Yeah, Bubble Gumps.
And like the city. And then they'll play like old music, of course, right? And I remember I was super young. I was like, oh, my mom was like, oh, I did this song for my talent show, right? It was some older song, right? Yeah. And I said, yeah, and Dad was at the club.
Oh,
because he was.
I mean, you're not wrong.
The age difference, he was of club age.
The age difference is real.
Yeah, again.
He was outside, and she was not outside. She was in middle school. So I just want to put that out there.
He was out.
I just want to remind you.
She was doing homework, and he was at the club.
Yeah, at the club. Okay, so so the age of attraction. We definitely have to have more thoughts about that in our bonus episodes because
Patreon.
Yes, and our Patreon for sure. So if you don't know, we do have a Patreon. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be actually doing a release of like episodes, like bonus content every month that is on top of our Matt almost just like lost his entire microphone. But we're going to be doing more bonus content. And so if you want to watch Age of Attraction with us and you want to get all of our thoughts and you want to have buy-in into, you know, what's happening on the show, you need to get into our Patreon because we are having our bonus episode and content and polls and all of that in regards to Age of Attraction because we want to hear what you're thinking because we have thoughts too. So other than that, though, I think that like wraps up our week or our bi-weekly. Did we forget anything?
Of the stars.
It was a hangover.
I know.
Stars.
Hopefully,
the stars are out.
Hopefully, the retrograde is done and you didn't die during it.
Is it done?
It might.
Yeah.
Be. Is it?
It better be.
I hope so. I was going.
We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow.
We'll find out. Anywho, as always, make sure you follow us on socials, The Hangover_pod on Instagram for all things So She Slays. It's literally So She Slays across every single freaking handle you can imagine. And of course, you can definitely like and subscribe and comment, because your interactions definitely help us get this podcast seen by more people. And then we can talk about even more things. And for all the extra bonus content, head to our Patreon. So She Slays Unfiltered AF. And I guess, shit, we'll just catch you later. Thanks so much for listening.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh, before I forget, I was talking